Apparently, here in Australia, the weather's about to change. We're about to get a cold front.
Riders on the storm, riders on the storm. Into this house we're born, into this world we're thrown. Like a dog without a bone, an actor out alone. Riders on the storm, there's a killer on the road. His brain is squirming like a toad. Take a long holiday, let your children play. If you give this man a ride, sweet family will die. Killer on the road, yeah.
One of my favourite karaoke songs, folks. Lovely song.
Girl, you gotta love your man. Girl, you gotta love your man. Take him by the hand, make him understand. The world on you depends, our life will never end. Gotta love your man. Yeah. Riders on the storm. Riders on the storm. Into this house we're born. Into this world we're thrown. Like a dog without a bone, an actor out on loan. Riders on the storm. Riders on the storm. Riders on the storm. Riders on the storm. Riders on the storm.
Try again. I remember to unmute the mic this time. Howdy, folks. It's Amos Sewn. It's news spelt differently. Number 51. Yes, we're doing well. We're up here in the lovely New South Wales where it's nice and hot and sunny at the moment, but apparently the weather's going to change. There's a Arctic blast coming up from the south, apparently, and things are going to cool down. How cool is that? Anyway, welcome to the 51st first rendition of this show. And, well, I've got a couple of news stories to have a chat about. Might start off with, actually, why don't I look at my list? See, I've got a list. Coles Nap, done that. Right, yes, okay. I think I might go to the Canberra thing. Because next week, from the 6th to the 12th, 6th to the 16th, 10 days down in Canberra, they're having another protest situation happening. And they're going to protest what really matters. The fact that our government is a bunch of criminals, and they're trying to bring in some legislation that'll give the World Health Organization powers over, if they have a pandemic, oh look, we can take over your country. Sounds like something worth fighting against, I think. But anyway, I'll see if I can get this promo thing happening. I can press the right button. First time maybe. Yes, how's that? Press play, Alan.
I move that the question be put and stop this rubbish.
I'm going to put the question that the question be put. Those for the question say aye. I think the ayes have it. Division required.
Fighting a losing battle here.
Okay, so he's not prepared to look at the passport, an undertaking by the Governor-General to say we can travel through unfettered, unhindered throughout this great nation called the Commonwealth of Australia. That means it's to be taken, you can't stop us.
out and face me!
Well, that was intro to something that's happening down in Canberra very shortly. And, well, my bus isn't ready, but I may get there anyway. I've worked a couple of things out and I should be going down to Canberra next week. The big day apparently is the 12th, but I'll be there before that this time. And yeah, we'll see what happens. Because, well, our government is appears to be a little corrupt, don't you think? Well, anyway, there's another. That was, as I said, World Health Organisation is going to be able to control our country. But now there's another story. It's to do with the finances of it all. Who's paying? Yes, that's a big question, isn't it? Who's paying? Well, the IMF, which is the International Monetary Fund, they've got an idea for us. Yes, I'm sure they do. IMF urges tough tax reforms as Australia leads to a narrow path to avoid recession. Yes, he's this bloke. He's a treasurer apparently. Anyway, the Albert always oversees the government has been urged to embark on a range of unpalatable economic and tax reforms to pay for massive spending already baked into its budget. While saying it's confident that Australia has a narrow path to avoiding a recession this year, the International Monetary Fund has targeted an overhaul of the tax and spending programs, including Stage 3 income tax cuts and NDIS funding. So folks, they want to cut, and they want to give you a couple of more taxes, because yeah, well, you've got to have your tax revenue to sort these, New World Order situation out. Anyway, however, in its annual review of Australia, the IMF has suggested a range of tough reforms that are traditionally political poison to repair the national budget and to stabilise finances over the long term. But the thing is, folks, the economy isn't too bad apparently, and it just goes on about people are going to get taxed. And this is one thing I'm a bit worried about. Its call for a review in the funding of the National Disability Insurance Scheme comes at the programme's $35 billion annual cost continues to balloon. So you get poor people in the not poor people, the disabled people in the country. They give them something to sort of try and help their lives out, and then take it away from them. That'll fix them. Yes. The fund suggested access to the NDIS should be means tested and urged the introduction of co-payments to make it more financially sustainable. In other words, you got to pay. And he goes on. And well, the fastest growing area of spending in the Commonwealth budget is the interest costs on the debt we inherited. What do you reckon, folks? The debt. The second fastest in the NDIS, and so clearly we need to focus on that, yes. You got to love this, folks. IMF's Australian Mission Chief, Harold Finger, what a name, Finger. The Australian Monetary Fund is giving us the finger, you think? Anyway, what he said was, while the Australian economy is on a narrow path to a soft landing, growth would slow to 1.6% in 2023 and around 3.6% last year. From Mr. Finger, Mr. Finger. Which finger would that be? Here's you to all you little fellas out there that are not them. They're giving you the finger. Pick your own finger, whichever one it is. But anyway, back to the narrow void. Yes, anyway. The IMF warns the financial sector faces significant uncertainty amid rapid declining housing markets because the houses are too fucking expensive for people to fucking buy. But Australian banks remain liquid and well capitalised. The banks are doing alright. With households holding buffering of early repayments built up during the period of... Here's the thing, guys. They reckon the households around Australia have built up holding buffers in early repayment bills up during the period of government stimulus and the ultra-low interest rates throughout the pandemic. So if you didn't save any money during the pandemic, they're going to give you the finger. Well, anyway. I might see if I can join someone else in the conversation. I might get DK on if I can. Yeah, I'll just find the right button. Is that it? Oh, there we go. There it is. Now bring it up on my screen. And DK's there. Oh, I should join in any second now. How do I do that? Here I am. Any second now. Hello, DK. Can you hear me?
Yeah, man. Shit. And actually, I can hear you really loudly. Yes.
Oh, good. Yeah,
Everything's working loud and clear for a change.
Well, I think
hey, your volume is echoing on your channel.
Really?
You must, yeah, because you've got my channel open and I'm playing it. You need to mute my channel or something.
Well, that's on the other computer.
Yeah.
Well, it's
still
not
repeating.
Yeah, bugger. Okay. Well, let me try this.
I was trying to tell you on YouTube, but you didn't see it.
No, obviously not. Yes, I had the mic open. Right.
There we go. Yeah, that was it. Yeah,
Yep.
that was all. Yeah.
Fancy that.
I was trying to tell you in chat on YouTube.
Yeah, well, I looked at YouTube a while ago. There wasn't anything saying anything, and now let's have a look. Oh, look. You have speakers open on my channel. Yes, sort of okay. Yep. Okay, well, we've sorted that out. Anyway.
My whole day has been so interesting. How about yours?
Yeah, well, why don't you tell us about your day, DK? Let's, I've got more stuff to talk about, but well, tell us what happened yesterday.
Actually, I probably shouldn't. I don't want to drop you in the shit for everything that's happening as well.
Okay, but, well...
No, because it's a large online group that are really messing with me, and yeah, I don't want to drop anyone else in the shit, so there's no point in even going on about that one at present, unless you're willing to go through all the shit that they're going to do, because it's an international large online group.
Right, what platform? Telegram?
All of them. Yeah, Telegram mainly.
All right.
Actually, they have websites. They're actually everywhere.
So
yeah, Telegram's where I'm arguing with them.
So we had a conversation earlier, and it was basically they censored you, didn't they? They stopped, didn't they?
No, they didn't censor me. No, I caught someone out for being a Fed.
Yeah, and he was apparently, so they say. So he says.
So he said, and I took a photo of it because he kept the.
Oh yes.
I couldn't take screenshots and shit.
Oh.
So I actually had to take a photo with my phone of him saying he was a Fed. Yeah. And if I apologise and said I was sorry in the chat, then everything would be okay.
Yeah.
After threatening that he would give my son COVID.
Right. Yeah. Well, that's actually I think I'm having an issue. Can you hear me?
Yeah, man. Yeah. No, serious. These are the threats he made. This is not what I'm saying.
Right.
These are the threats he's made that I have documented. There was lots more that I couldn't get photos of and I didn't record, so I don't say them. No, so I don't say them because I don't have proof of it.
That's right. Yeah.
There's no point saying shit if I can't prove shit.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's
You
right.
know, and say, oh, yeah, no, he said this, and he's saying, oh, yeah, he said that. It's like, oh, no, here's actual proof of what he said.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, no, he tried to delete shit. He tried to delete everything. Like, photos were getting deleted off my phone.
Really?
While
Off
I
your
was trying to
phone?
upload them. Yeah, while I was trying to upload them. Yeah,
Right.
of the chat. Just photos of the chat. Were
Yeah,
getting
yeah.
deleted off my phone while I was trying to upload it.
Hmm.
It's the second time this has happened to me. First time was when I caught police brutality when Jacinda Ardern visited a fucking high school in Christchurch.
Yeah.
And, yeah, 2 or 3 cops were, like, shoving around. See, I don't want to say elderly because they weren't. They're only, like, 50s, 60s sort of thing. So they weren't, like, elderly. But, yeah. And the cops were shoving around these women. And
Yeah.
I was recording it. By the time I got home, the whole video was gone.
Yeah, that's
I couldn't
right.
upload
Yeah.
it.
Hmm.
I think I told you about that at the time.
You did, yeah. Yeah. No, because, well, they seem to have access to your phone then, don't they?
Oh, of course they do. They've got access to
Everybody's
everything.
phone.
Anyone who thinks that they don't have access to your shit
Hmm.
is you're living in a dream world.
Yeah, well, yeah. This will teach me not to try and play with things while I'm streaming, because I've tried to find that picture you sent me, and yeah, well now his computer screen's fucking up all over the place, but apparently we're still streaming. I think. Maybe. You can hear me, can't you?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's just because I tried to turn the camera on.
Uh,
I was like, yeah, there was just a glitch for a second when I tried
Alright.
to turn it on. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've got.
yeah, hang about. Where's the... something's happening here. There's a picture coming up.
Yeah, I'm there. What are you on about? Something's
can't-
happening.
I can't see it.
Something's happening here.
Nothing's... Yeah, there it is. Alright, okay. Well, and I'll make that a bigger picture. Let's see.
Oh, you don't need to. You don't need to make me full screen. Holy shit.
No, I was just
No
going
one wants. No one wants that.
No, I wasn't going to full screen. Oh, fuck. Yeah.
Except for maybe B. YK actually rang me today too.
Oh, really?
Fuck, I forget we're on your actual show. Sorry.
That's okay. No.
Yeah.
So how's YK going?
Yeah, no, she actually like DM'd me and voice chatted with me today.
Oh, cool.
She's always said she's had issues with like mic and speakers and stuff, and she actually voice chatted me today. Like, awesome. And then fucking Work and Income rang me up and shit. Which
Yeah.
is something I had to do.
Yeah, because they...
Yeah, which is something I had. But
Yeah.
I got to talk to her for like 5-10 minutes sort of thing before they rang.
Right, you're cool.
Also,
yeah, like
Southern girl.
Southern girl.
Yeah. I didn't expect it either.
Yeah. Well, that's
Yeah.
cool. Yeah.
Ornery as, you know.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, full on Southern. I did not expect it.
Yeah.
It caught me off guard.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's the way it goes sometimes, doesn't it? Yeah, actually, I'm just trying to... For some reason, actually, don't worry, I'm just playing with stuff. Carry on. Tell us what's happening in the New Zealand news at the moment. What's that? Well, not that you watch the New Zealand news.
New Zealand is about one of the first countries in the world about to go into a climate change lockdown
Really?
because of the floods that just happened in Auckland. Yes, they are going to actually shut down schools and everything, and unless you're an essential worker, schools will not be accommodating your children. You are allowed to do distance learning from home, but schools will not be open for anyone other than essential workers. But I'll tell you what, we'll donate you $100,000 to fix the city. Oh, wait, we'll make it $1 million to fix the city.
Oh, that should work, shouldn't it?
$1 million is the price of 2 houses in Auckland.
Yeah,
Less than.
yeah.
Like the average price is like $700,000.
Right,
So $1 million donation to fix everything is the fucking biggest joke in the world.
$1 million.
How about you just send $1 billion or so to the Ukraine? I actually don't know how much we've sent. Seriously, they haven't even told us how much we've sent over.
No. Yeah, it looks like the screen's dropping in and out all over the place. I'm not really, but well, it's getting recorded at the very least, so I can. You there?
Yeah, I see what you mean. It is, it is glitching a bit.
Yeah. Oh well, it's nature of the exercise, I guess, isn't it?
As long as the audio is okay, I don't care.
Hmm.
Like, I mean, if you want me to turn off the camera and shit so it doesn't...
No. Yeah, well, no, leave the camera on.
No, I'm serious. No, so it doesn't fuck with things, though.
No,
it's like, I'd rather the audio work.
Okay. Well, anyway, before you do that, you've done that anyway. Right, what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring up this other news story let's just get rid of that one. Bring up this other news story I was going to talk about, and I'll have a word through it, sort of thing. And well, feel free to jump in any time you like. You know what I mean?
Hello. No, I missed all of what you just said. Then my computer must have been trying to reload itself while I turned off the camera.
Okay, well. Yeah, don't worry, it's not COVID, just lung cancer. Anyway, what I was saying basically was I've got a news item I want to read out, and it's about, we just spoke earlier about, we didn't, but I mentioned, was it the World Health Organization, how they can take over our government, apparently, if there's a crisis, right? And the other story is about financials, sort of thing. Who's paying, in other words?
Dude.
What?
Yeah, and I'll let you read out whatever article it is first. But I am so angry about this shit already.
I know. Yeah, well, it's tyranny. Pure and simple tyranny. And we shouldn't stand for it. What are we going to do about it? Yeah, well, I'm going to camera for the start.
Shit, did you almost get angry?
No, I was putting it on. That's horrible, isn't it? Yeah, I should get angry, shouldn't I? Anyway, where's that button? This the one? Is it going to work for me? Encoders are overloading and stuff, folks. Aha. Did I read this already? No, I read that bit, didn't I? Okay. So I've already done that. Oh. What was the other story? That's somewhat embarrassing. So I was about to read a story that I've already read. Oh. Yeah, how's that for professionalism? Anyway, well,
It's alright. Find one you haven't. Sort it. I fuck up online all the time.
Oh no, that's and
no, serious. I fuck up online all the time. Just like get over it and actually fucking fix it.
And well, it shows you're human. We're not a robot, or are we?
Yeah. Well, it's not even that. Like, damn it. Fuck, it's not that. Fuck, it's not that. Where's the right one?
Where's that bloody right button? You know what I just discovered today, which I should have worked out. I didn't know how to overlay my camera on other sort of screens, sort of thing. So
Skype does it really well.
But I worked out I can just do it by doing this. Anyway, I'll put something else up. Not the image.
You're just gonna overload your broadband.
Of course, yeah. Maybe not. Oh, look, here we go. See, I can make myself a little fella. Little one.
I've got to wait a couple of seconds till I see it.
Yeah.
I think about 5 seconds or something, but maybe 10 seconds.
Well, that's. I'll piss that off.
Yeah, I just wouldn't bother. All you're
Ah.
doing is wasting the broadband and shit.
Ah, yes. Well, I'm good with that. But it'll be good
No,
for
but
times.
what I mean is it makes it crash.
Makes it crash. Yeah, well.
But yeah, no, it makes your stream crash. It makes it start glitching more and everything when you're trying to do too much for the system and the internet capabilities that you have.
Yeah, well, I'll.
Yeah, no, that's all.
Keep
Yeah.
on.
So try and keep it simple. Yeah,
Okay,
try
well-
and keep it simple
Well, there
so
was,
that
there
it
was
works.
there was another news story I was looking at. See, I've put myself in the corner now. So that's.
Yeah,
What
put
I've
yourself
been
in the
trying
corner.
to do,
Get in
yeah.
your cry closet.
Yeah, get in my corner. I'm not in a closet. I might be in a corner, but anyway, there was another. Oh yeah, it's about the weather or something. Oh yes, there's lots of things happening in Australia. Oh look, our new $5 note apparently isn't going to have the king on it. Yeah, it's going to be blank. No, there's more to that story than that, but I don't care. What was the story about the? Here's a story. North Korea warns over. Where'd that story go? Ah, it just went away. Where's that story about North Korea? Anyway, I found the story I was looking for, but North Korea ran away as soon as I started talking about it. That's curious. Anyway, cold snap to bring snow and lowest February temperatures in 18 years. Parts of in Australia are set to shiver through unseasonal cold weather tomorrow, while the Alps could even see snow. This is what's causing the big chill. Yes, and then they go on about what they reckon's causing it. What's the chance of that being any truth being on that, I wonder? Yeah, that's not working. I'll get rid of that and get me
So spelt the word mortgage wrong.
morbid. Oh, yeah, well,
No mortgage.
mortgage.
No mortgage.
Oh,
Look in
look.
your chat
Oh, look.
on YouTube.
Hey, look, I've just looked at YouTube. Yeah, get rid of Skype.
Chat, and I tried to actually answer and I spelt the word mortgage so wrong. It's not funny.
Yep.
I
Well,
had like a couple of wrong letters. And then there's that end down, I'm like, I don't even check it.
yeah, well,
What is it?
Mort Gauge.
Multi-gauge.
No, it says. So where'd you write that? I see Mort Gauge. Oh, Moiter Gauge. Yeah, right.
No, when I
Oh
spelled
yeah,
it,
when
like,
you said it, yeah. Moiter Gauge.
or something.
Okay, I bet you
Yeah.
typed it real
Hey,
quick. You typed it real
Mortgage
quickly,
is
didn't
actually
you?
spelled right. No,
Yeah.
mortgage is actually spelled right. Mortgage is how you spell the word mortgage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now,
Man, I fucked it up.
well,
That's what I'm saying.
okay, I just want to say, g'day to Rip. That's a great name, isn't it? Welcome
Yeah.
to the show.
Rip me.
Rip me.
Yeah, rip
So-
me.
Well, I'm sure he's a real
I like
person.
it.
He's well.
I like real people.
Yeah. Well,
I've been arguing with people all day. As I
Yeah.
said, I don't
well, that's
really want to.
D-
I,
D-
as I
DK,
said,
that
I
is
don't really
actually-
want to say too much.
it's time to
I
change
don't
that.
want to get your videos
Time
taken
to change
down.
I have you noticed I've made a new sign. It's slightly different to the last one. Anyway, I'll press play.
Ah,
See, I've put the words in different
it's
spaces.
new spelled. I see.
Yeah.
You've moved the words around.
Yeah. Hey, there's a lot of technical issues to do that. Actually, not.
Ah,
Really.
that's all right. See, I pay attention. You
Oh,
don't
there
even
we
need
go.
to say what it was you've done.
Oh yeah,
Like,
but
I
yeah,
looked at it.
I
I
must
mean,
be,
you did have to mention that you changed it,
yeah.
but I looked and I was like, oh, yeah, no,
Yeah.
you've moved where the words are. Cool.
Well, I must be a little narcissistic or something.
Hey,
Yeah.
if you're doing this, you have to be.
Yeah.
No
Okay.
matter what anyone says, and you can't deny it.
Mm.
If you think that you know shit and you are trying to educate people, you have to be at the point where you think you know shit and have the ability to educate people.
Yeah, well,
So yes, some narcissism does come into it.
I may have sort of that, but to tell you the truth though, I know fucking shit. You know, like I know what I know. but I read a lot and I sort of look around and that's what this show is about. Presenting fucking.
And you know me. Yeah. And you know me.
Yeah, well that's what this is about, isn't it? Coming up soon, folks. Me and DK are going to get around and doing the show together. We're going to have work it out so that we can.
Yeah, as soon as I sort out getting my Twitch channel back online and shit.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll work something out that we can fucking.
Like I do have a new Twitch account. Shit, I'm not even on there at the moment. I'm just on the YouTube one.
Yeah.
As soon as I actually get that sorted out, and I think I've got a chance of being able to stream without getting banned straight away.
Yeah, well, because there's there's a way of doing it so that we look seamlessly like we're in the same sort of show sort of thing, and whereas at the moment I'm doing my show and it's going well, I bring you in, but it's not like two separate screens, which is what I'd like to do. You know, like one screen.
Yeah. I get you. That's what Skype, like Vinny does.
Yeah, Skype. Yeah, it's a Skype thing. Yeah. But we'll work that out.
Yeah, if we can get it all sorted, I'm in. Like, yeah, I really am keen on that.
Yeah, that'll be
call it a whole new, completely new thing.
Yeah.
Like as we talked about.
Yeah.
The conspiracy investigators.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
See? And anyone's allowed to join in. Like I want more people to be part of this team.
Yeah,
I don't want it to just be the two of us. Like
no.
Think that we can uncover everything just by ourselves.
But well, you've got some knowledge. I've got what I got, and
a bus.
and I got a bus. Yeah. I'm looking for something else. I was looking earlier today. I wanted to play.
I had nothing else. That was the first thing that came to mind.
Yeah. Hey, but the bus isn't together. But like this week, I'm going down to Canberra. Next week, rather, not this week, because this week's nearly done already. Yeah, I'm not sure what day I'll be there. Probably Tuesday or Wednesday for sure. I've got to be back by Friday, but I'm going to Canberra to talk to people. I've planned to do a few live streams on Facebook, Twitch, and I'll record it all on a proper show type thing anyway. But yeah, it's just going to go and test me interviewing skills. That should be interesting. Yeah.
Good shit.
Yeah.
Is the bus up and running now?
No. But I got my new car.
I know you've got a car.
But it's not just. Well, it's a like a hatchback type thing, so I could technically sleep in it if I had to.
I can sleep in my.
Yeah, but you're a
piece of shit hatchback.
But you're only.
If I just recline the seat back, I can sleep in the front seat.
But you're only a little bloke.
Yeah, dude, there's not enough room to sleep on the back seat.
The
only chance I have is to recline the seat back, move it as far back from the steering wheel and everything as possible, so I can try and recline back and sleep in a seat.
Yeah.
That's how shitty my car is.
Yeah. Well, but my car, I don't know if I'll be able to sleep in, but I plan to hopefully find a motel. There's a place in Belt McConnell. There's a motel.
Look up Freedom camping sites.
This motel I'm talking. No, let me finish.
Camping site.
Yeah.
I mean it. Look up Freedom camping site.
And is a bowling club at Belconnell that I think something's happening. Apparently I'm offline or something. I don't know. Can you hear me?
I was at a bowling tour.
No, yeah, I'm going down to play. I'm having maybe one game, but yeah, because it's pennant season coming up, and I've got to practice. So I might go to the camera and practice, and then interview some people, talk about what's coming up, and hopefully get some good content so that I can.
Out the coast,
Hey? What? But I hope the plan is to go to Canberra. Yeah, it happens all the time. I talk too fast and then it can't handle.
Internet. No, your internet's glitching a bit. The audio as well.
Yeah, because I talk too fast.
I don't know what it is. What else have you got going on?
Yeah. Well, I was
Stop trying to look things. Hey, stop trying to look things up.
Yep.
While you're streaming.
That's the thing. Yeah. I was trying to look up a thing I found from.
No, serious. That's what does it, because it takes away computer power from what you're already doing.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I'm aware of that. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to help you.
Yeah, I know you're trying, Neil. You're very
as I have since the start.
Yes, yeah, that's right. You're very trying. I'm kidding, mate. You there?
I am.
Yeah. Yeah, no, mate, that's okay.
My mum said I'm special.
Yeah, don't they all? Sorry.
Special needs, I think.
Yeah. No, you're getting along okay. Well, since I couldn't find out what I was going to play.
But yeah, no, if you want to actually play anything,
Have it set up
if
first.
you want to actually play anything, I think we have to hang up the Discord call.
Yeah.
No, I think we have to hang up the Discord call.
Yeah, then I'll be able to do it.
Broadband trying to be used at the same time.
Oh, yeah,
that's all. I mean, you're something you want to play. Yeah,
okay.
Hang up for the moment, play it,
yep,
and come back. I'll still be here, and we can talk again afterwards.
No, okay, well, I'll do that.
This is just trying to help you out.
Yeah, good on you, mate. This goes for about 16 minutes. It's from...
yeah, I'll be here. Yeah. You go and play what you want to play.
Yeah.
I'll just sit here and wait.
Yep, okay, mate.
Actually, I'll go and get a beer.
Yeah, go get a beer. Yeah, get two. Talk later, mate.
Bye, bud.
Alright, folks. Now I'll see if I can find that video. I'll even take you along with the journey. If that comes up, yeah, there we go. Yep. It's a video on YouTube from Neil Oliver. He's a Scottish bloke from Scotland, funny enough. And just had this little video the other day that oh, it's not. Come on. Oh look, I'm live. Barely. Okay. You can tell the computer's not liking it. We'll get to the ends very shortly. Oliver. Oh, what's happening on the other channel? Oh, it's still there. There. Right. They're trying to alter the fabric of our reality. I found this very interesting. It'll play eventually, folks, don't worry. This is my internet being...
The last couple of years have been like no others. So much change, and it seems to me that the change, rather than stopping, is just getting faster and faster. And the powers that be are undoubtedly out there drafting all kinds of legislation. As hard as they can go, they're not just changing the laws, they're not just drafting new legislation, but they're going so far as to actually change our way of life. And it's happening at such a speed, and it's so all-encompassing that it's actually easy to overlook that it's even happening. You know, it's so blatant and in our faces, it's hard to see it. You know, you've only got to look around at changes like, you know, in Scotland, for example, Nicola Sturgeon has battered through her gender recognition bill, which changes the rules that govern how people identify as men or women. And she's pushed it through despite the fact that, well, it depends on what surveys you read, but anything up to 80% of Scots are opposed to it. And yet it has been voted through by the Scottish Parliament. In fact, not just the SNP, but the Greens, Labour, the Lib Dems, even some Tories. The only people who voted against it were most of the Conservative members of the Scottish Parliament. But a large majority voted it through, despite the fact that a large majority of Scottish people don't want it. Because you think, why? Why are they doing that in the face of, against the current, against the tide of the Scottish people? The online safety bill keeps coming at us, which has consequences for freedom of speech, the way in which people are able to function and operate online. There's all manner of change. They're telling us that they're going to ban gas boilers. They're encouraging everyone to get heat pumps, that anyone with just a scratchy knowledge of physics and familiarity with the climate in the Northern Hemisphere, the northern latitudes of the Northern Hemisphere, knows won't work. They want to take away the internal combustion engine and have us all buy electric cars. There's talk of 15-minute cities, which will trap people or encourage people, let's say, to stay in their ghettos and live lives on foot or on their push bikes, but not venturing very far. So we're being nudged towards smaller lives. All of this is happening. They're coming after food. They want us to be on plant-based diets. They're discouraging us peasants, us proles, from eating meat. They don't want us to take flights. They jet about in their private jets, but they don't want us proletariat having a couple of international flights a year to go on holiday. That's in their firing line as well. So our rights, our way of life, our liberties, the whole kit and caboodle, it's all being changed right before our eyes. And I suppose that long preamble, I just ask myself, to what extent do we have a constitution in this country? And to what extent do we live in a democracy? I would say either we live with a constitution, either we live in a democracy, or we don't. And I think we've reached a point where I want that clarified. I want the powers that be to say quite honestly, does the Constitution still safeguard what it was put in place to safeguard, or not? And are we still a democracy, which is to say, does ultimate power rest with the people or not? I just want them to tell us. Just tell us. If that situation has changed, let us know. I would like to know.
I ain't going to tell you shit.
Time, just at the moment. Two words that are always in my mind at the moment are Magna Carta. I think we've talked about this before. Magna Carta, it just means the Great Charter. Magna is that same bit that you get in Charlemagne, Big Charlie. So it's the Great Charter, the Big Charter, and it has that name to differentiate it from a slightly smaller charter, which was the Charter of the Forest, which was kind of in production more or less, well, at a similar point in history, that gave the poor people access to the forests in a way that hadn't been possible before. Magna Carta, it was signed on Runnymede Green, which is a meadow by the Thames. It was signed on the 15th of June, 1215. Well, let's correct ourselves there. King John, for it was King John who was the monarch in question, he didn't sign his name because he couldn't. Well, he sealed it. So he used a seal, a seal pressed into wax. So actually, Magna Carta was sealed, not signed, technically. And it was the culmination of a long period of trouble. King John, the one that's the cowardly lion in the Robin Hood cartoon, that guy. When he was king, he lost Normandy and Anjou to the King of France in 1204. Right, clumsy, butterfingers. He lost all of that territory. He had been the English king had been a king of England and king of a vast swathe of France at the same time. But he lost Normandy and Anjou to the King of France in 1204, and he spent the next 10 years trying to get it back. And to try and get it back, he needed money. And in the same way that governments today, the only money they have is our money. They call it government money, but it's our money that they take from us and do with what they want. Well, so it was for King John, and he needed cash, so he was taxing people left, right and centre, particularly his barons, particularly the great landowners around him, because he needed it to finance his own D-Day, you know, his own reconquest of that part of the European continent that his ancestors had before him. And by 1214 it was all over. He spent 10 years at it. He was taking money off people left and right, and embarking on, you know, military endeavours. And by 1214 he had to call it quits, and it had been a total disaster. So he came back to England with his money all gone, and his prestige just, you know, blown in the wind. He'd just been humiliated. And it was in that moment, thoroughly sick to death of him, that the barons, the great landowners, rebelled. And eventually, long story short, they forced him to put his mark on a great charter. Basically, it forced him to concede that even he, the king, was answerable to the law of the land. And that is Magna Carta. I mean, they were after him for all. I mean, he was a pain in the neck, John. He was cruel, as well as taking everybody's money in the form of taxes. He was cruel. He probably murdered his own nephew Arthur, who was a landowner in his own right. He also, the most famous woman for historians was Matilda de Bruges, and he imprisoned her and her eldest son in Corfe Castle and starved them to death. A contemporary writer described him as brimful of evil qualities. Right, so the barons got him, and they forced him to come to Runnymede and put his seal on a charter saying that he would mend his ways. And it was this. It wrung from him this statement that even the ruler, even the monarch, was subject to the law of the land. And I mean, people have been going after Magna Carta ever since, you know, trying to dismiss it. One government after another, you know, since 1215 has tried to get away from it, because it's a stumbling block. It's like one of those. It's like a concrete block chained to their ankle. They can't shake it off. They would prefer it was not there. It's a treaty. That is what Magna Carta is. It's a treaty, and because it was sealed before Parliament existed, no Parliament can touch it. The only entity that can do away with Magna Carta, well, it's us. It's the people. You'd have to ask the people if we wanted to do away with Magna Carta, but no government can do so. And ever since, because it's an irritant for people who want absolute power, there have been attempts to run it down, and it is imperfect. I mean, in the 13th century, you know, the people that it was talking about were not the poor. It was the landowners. The barons were getting things sorted out for themselves. I mean, let's look at some of what's in Magna Carta. Chapters 12 and 14 prevented the king from levying tax without the common consent of the kingdom. Now, that means the consent of the landowners, really. It doesn't mean the likes of you and me. It doesn't mean the poor people. Chapter 39 laid down something very important. No free man is to be arrested or imprisoned or dispossessed or outlawed or exiled or in any way destroyed, nor will we go against him, nor will we send against him, save by the lawful judgment of his peers or by the law of the land. In there is enshrined, although even that's disputed, but I would say that there is enshrined trial by jury, you know, save by the lawful judgment of his peers. That's a jury. You know, if you're accused of doing something wrong, whether you did or not, and how you're to be punished, if at all, is only to be decided by a jury of your peers. Okay, so it's from that chapter 39 or clause 39 of Magna Carta that we are promised trial by jury. in the event of being accused of some egregious wrongdoing. Chapter 40, by chapter 40, the king declared that, quote, "To no one will we sell, to no one will we deny or delay right or justice." So it enshrines the right to due process. So there's powerful stuff in Magna Carta, but and for that reason, ever since it was created, governments have wanted rid of it because it's out of their reach. Because we didn't have a parliament at the time it was created, it means that neither the king nor the barons could make a law without the consent of the people. And it means, because it was created before there was a parliament, that no parliament now can touch it. It's beyond their reach. And I think about how it's still there to save us today. I think about the difference between lawful and legal, or unlawful and illegal. Law is profoundly and fundamentally interesting, and it's quite different from notions like legal or legislation. Legislation is stuff that's created by a parliament. They think up, draft and pass legislation. Law is different. All the etymologies connect law to the idea of what is right. And you go down into the roots of language, and words for law etymologically always mean what is right. And the use of law as a word is always connected to adjectives like right. So it's in there with straight and upright and true. And intrinsically, it's not something that mankind, humankind creates. The law is the law of the universe. It's like the laws of physics. Physicists don't write the laws of physics. The laws of physics are just there, and physicists notice them, find their way to them, but they don't create them. And there always has been this ancient belief, going back thousands of years or longer, that right and wrong are part of the fabric of reality, and we all know them. Whether we adhere to them or not, that's a separate question. But every living thing, and certainly every man and woman, knows what's right and knows what's wrong. It's just there in the fabric of the universe. And I fall back on that thinking when I contemplate what this present parliament, or indeed any parliament, is trying to do to our rights and liberties. They are endeavouring to fundamentally alter the fabric of our reality. They are trying to make us live differently. And I would say that you only need to look at Magna Carta to remind yourself that they have no right to do that. Magna Carta didn't create law. It was just forcing that king at that time. It was reminding him of fundamental common natural law, and that he was subject to it like every other mortal. The ideas enshrined in Magna Carta were already thousands of years old. They go all the way back to ancient Greece. They were certainly there throughout Europe, long before they were written down even in Magna Carta, that those basic ideas about the law and everyone being subject to it, everyone knew that. And Magna Carta was just a bold attempt to set it down in writing and remind a particular king in a particular country at a particular time what everybody else understood to be true, which that there was the law that he couldn't touch, but that he was subject to. And I think basically in this long ramble, all I'm really saying is that we need to remind ourselves that no government has the right to change the way we live in the way that's being attempted at the moment. And every single one of us needs to be re-educated or educated for the first time about Magna Carta, because it's simply a reminder that the law is there to protect us, and it declares really one thing and one thing only, that we the people are sovereign, and no monarch and no government has the right to treat us the way we're being treated at the moment.
Alan? I'm good. It's just delay on my other computer. Like what you were streaming was just finishing. It's like you got back here before the other thing had finished. So I was listening to that. Really? That's never a good idea. You know this. So I'm about to finish up, so I'll bring DK on. Ah, there's another hour. Shit. Ah, really? So do you want me to talk for that whole time? Holy shit. Hey, ask me about something, so I know which particular thing to talk about that you're interested in right now. Oh yeah, I have. Yeah, but that's not going to be what I'm talking about for the next couple of minutes. Yeah, man. Oh yeah, no, I gave him congratulations and shit. I think I actually texted him congratulations because I got his phone number and stuff.
Guess what?
So
I just
what?
turned my mic back on.
No, oh really?
Yeah, really.
Uh,
Yeah.
I
So,
thought it was actually. To be honest, I thought it was actually on.
yeah,
I'm
no,
talking
well,
on a different computer now.
yeah, well, just Batman said no sound as usual. I've done it again. One day I'll learn.
It's alright. Same bat time, same bat
Bat channel
channel,
there.
no bat audio.
For, no sound for 4 beers. 4 beers.
Well, once it gets to 4 beers.
Oh dear me. Well, bloody technical issues. Actually, it wasn't technical issue. I knew I
Yeah.
should have done it, but I didn't, and I do that all the time. One day I'll sort it out. Maybe I won't. Maybe this is the bane of my show. I
Yeah.
waffle
Well,
on, and no one's listening.
It's actually the first bane of everyone's,
Yeah,
and people that have whole crews that are doing it do worse than me.
yeah, yeah.
Like I actually screw the shit up less than everyone else.
Yeah.
Even like I've fucked it up a bit lately, seeing as I've started on Telegram and it's quite
Yeah.
different.
Yep. Well, anyway, I'm having an issue. Just get that thing out of my face. Anyway. I'll just remove the whole thing. Anyway, so a subject to talk about. Okay. Price of tea in China. Oh, China. Do you want to talk about China at all? Or the rest of the non-Western world? Is there anything you want to talk about them? Yeah, let's just say non-Western world. Doesn't have to be China. Doesn't have to be Russia. Give me, what else is happening in the world besides us folks? There's a tough one. He's not answering. Alan fell off. I'll do that. Uh, got the sound back on, and now the. You there, DK? I can't hear you. DK's Discord is reconnecting because apparently we were disconnected. Because it's not a real professional show, folks, but it is what it is. Aha, DK, are you back? Oh, I hear some noise.
Yeah, there you go. You are back.
Yes, I am back. Yeah, I've been here all along.
No, you dropped right off Discord.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's right. It all totally died. But anyway, what I sort of said, you probably didn't hear it. Was,
I was trying to watch it on YouTube. I was trying to catch what I could, but there's a delay, so I would have missed the last bit. Yeah.
Well, what I was saying, what do you know about what's happening in the rest of the world that's not the Western world? Yeah, that's. Yeah.
You mean things like South America, the Ukraine, and Russia? Like, pick one. Like, give me, make it more easy.
South America sounds good. South America sounds good.
The whole world as directed topic.
Yeah, well, South America is good. Apparently they grow some good. South America, apparently they grow some. Well,
the Brazilian election and things.
Yeah. Tell us a bit about that.
Bolsonaro got beaten in a fake election by the other piece of shit, whose name I can't remember, Luis or something. Luis.
I'll be back.
Yeah.
Carry on.
And anyway, yeah, it's all right. And so anyway, Bolsonaro got beaten by this other piece of shit in a fake election, similar to like every other country in the world's elections, as if we thought they were elections. Because here's the first thing that people need to realize. When was the last time you went to a voting booth? Or do they just call it a polling booth? Because a poll is just public opinion, and it's not legally binding. It's just public opinion, and who gives a fuck? So be careful of that.
Well, I'm back.
Ah, shit already.
Yeah, I just had to go have an attitude adjustment.
Yeah, you're being way too much of an asshole beforehand.
Yes, I am. Well, I'm suitably. Look, you got flowers in the background.
You're the only person who's never been a dick. And I still keep trying to make it happen.
I'm working on it.
It's all right, I'll get you there. One day.
Yeah, well, I nearly got angry earlier, didn't I? Yeah.
Hey, the shit that's happening, people need to start getting angry.
Exactly. Fucking oath. Yeah, but most people just don't give a fuck.
That's why I'm trying to make you angry.
Yeah, hello.
So that you try harder.
Yeah, well, you know, yeah. Well, wait, on a different subject, but a similar subject. I'm looking forward to going down to Canberra just to, basically have conversations with people and try and record as many as I can, sort of thing. So yeah, it's
get as many veterans. Find vets. Yeah, find vets and get their stories. Yeah. Because then you'll hear what it was like when shit was really fucked up and they were actually doing stuff.
Yeah.
As compared to the idiots now who are living a fucking placid life and think everything's okay and don't understand shit.
No, not
Look,
all of them. But
this
yeah,
is
yeah,
exactly what
I'll look
used
into
to
that.
happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, because we need to show people that like people actually fought for freedom,
Yeah.
and now everyone's just giving it away.
Yeah, but you look at the wars that you're talking about though. They were bought and paid for by the bankers as well.
Yeah, I know, but I'm not
Yeah.
meaning that. I mean the people who are willing.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, today, no.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, no,
some
I mean
are.
the people who are willing, dude.
So-
Anzac all the way, bro.
Well,
Like serious, Anzac
yeah,
all the way. I'm meaning
definitely.
the people who are actually willing and put their lives on the line.
Well, actually,
Those people who are actually willing to fight for free. Yeah, I know they were lied to. I understand this. The whole thing was bullshit.
Mhm.
But there was people who put their lives on the line and shit.
yes. And those,
That is the attitude that no one has now.
well, no, actually, some people do. Yeah, quite a lot of people do actually talk about that. That I've had conversations with people. So yeah, bit wrong. Maybe only a little
Oh,
bit. Yeah,
talk to a vet and then
Oh.
talk to a 20-year-old and tell me the difference.
oh yeah. Well, no, but yeah. Okay, yeah. I see your point. Yeah, you're not wrong.
Yeah,
But,
that's
yeah.
what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
because
Talk to vets,
there is
get a few vet
a lot of
stories and then talk to some younger people.
yeah, and yeah, well,
And
there's
show
some
the
cool young people.
difference
But,
in perspective. Yeah, but show the difference in perspective.
hmm,
Like, have your video actually have a point to it.
yes.
Like, talk to some veterans, and then go talk to some young
Well,
people.
the funny thing is, down there is a lot of veterans that I know already. So yes, I will.
I
will,
know.
I will endeavour to have some conversations with them.
See,
Yes.
I know this.
Hmm.
I'm not stupid.
Yeah,
I know.
But
So
speak,
get
look,
what you can there.
there's a sign.
And then
Amos
like,
from
get
camera.
some videos of some young people and their opinions.
Yeah,
And then work out your editing skills, which is the only thing I haven't worked on.
Yeah. Well, you know,
And like put a video together.
yeah. No, well, I just
There
sort
it
of
goes. This is what
what
the
I do. I
older
just get all the
generation
certain
thinks.
videos together and then play them.
And you play one from the
press a
older,
button.
one from the younger, one from,
Yeah.
and just switch it backwards and forwards.
Yeah. Sounds like a plan. Anyway, DK, I'm going to piss you off. Because I'm
Oh,
going
you're cutting out.
to, basically. So, I'll, thanks for coming on the show today, mate. And,
It is when you start cutting out, your internet goes to shit. It's like it's saying, "That's enough talking to him. You're out."
yeah, pretty much. Yeah. All right, mate. Cheers and beers, mate. I'll talk to you later. I'll give you a couple of seconds of airtime. Say something. Get out of there. There it is. No, that's not it. That's not it either. Ah, there's the button. Sorry, folks. Just a usual show. Good to have DK back on, have a bit of a word sort of thing. And, well, I hope you've enjoyed the show. Big g'day to all those folks on BitChute that watch the show. More people watch on BitChute than do anywhere. Funny enough. Have a look at BitChute, folks. It's a good channel. Anyway, I just came across this little picture earlier today. The top 10 top steps to self-care. I reckon they're pretty cool, these. If it feels wrong, don't do it. Say exactly what you mean. Don't be a people pleaser. Trust your instincts. Never speak bad about yourself. Never give up on your dreams. Don't be afraid to say no. Don't be afraid to say yes. Be kind to yourself. Let go of what you can't control. Stay away from the drama and negativity as much as possible. Because, well, what's the alternative? Be grumpy and unhappy about your life and stuff like that? That's not what we're here for, folks. We're here to enjoy your life as much as you can. Don't hurt anyone else. Be kind to each other. Amos Sewn, 51. 52 will be coming up soon in Lakesh.
Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Waking Up with Neil Oliver. My guest today is someone that has been right at the top